Hello again, YouTube people. So, I actually just made this part, but I had to delete it because my son started being a butthead, and I ended up saying his name. And yeah. So the whole reason why the whole reason why I thought it would be best to put my brother in a group home, to which let me first say my dad doesn't really want to, and I think the whole reason he doesn't want to is because he feels like he's going to be alone, because I'm not there anymore. I'm miles and hundreds of miles away in a different province now. And my sister could move out and be on her own at any potential time. She's working and doing everything she can. But my brother, he is not capable of living on his own by any means. He does not have the mental capabilities of, like, he can get himself dressed, he can shower when we remind him to, he can make sandwiches and stuff like that, but he cannot use a stove or anything like that on his own. He has to be constantly reminded to shower, and we'd have to clip his nails and get his hair cut. Like, he can't do 100% of what a normal everyday person would be able to do on their own. He would never be able to live on his own because there would always be that fear of burning the house down, or him not getting the proper hygiene and everything that he needs. So, yeah, that is not a possibility. My brother is not high functioning enough to live on his own. He's also not high functioning enough to leave the house and walk further than like my dad's house. It's like 2-minute walk from the little convenience store. He can go there and back home, and that's it. He can't bus anywhere on his own because he'll get lost. He doesn't have a good memory. He can hardly write. When he talks, it's hard to understand what he's saying. Yeah, like, so my brother, and I want to say that every person with Down syndrome is at a different level. So just because two people have Down syndrome doesn't mean they're going to be exactly the same. They are not. The similarities in Down syndrome that I have visibly seen are, you can generally tell a person has Down syndrome by their facial features. Their eyes are more like almond shaped. They do have an issue with the weight. They can easily gain weight and keep it on. They have low tone muscle capabilities. So very similar physical attributes. Mentality wise, it can vary on the spectrum. Like, they could be super high functioning. I've seen so many people with Down syndrome have jobs, and they'll take the bus on their own, and they know when to get off, and blah, 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 and they can follow instructions. Now, my brother, while he was in school, he was volunteering and everything, but he has a huge listening issue, to the point where at home, he will take my sister's food and sneak things and take things that aren't his. And over the countless amount of times that we've told him that this is not right, we even took him to a police officer and thought, you know, maybe if we had a police officer talk to him about stealing and stuff, it might stick in his head, but that didn't work. So my sister's at her wit's end, and she has some anger issues. So it's really hard. Yeah. And like I said, when I moved out, I went back home for 2 months before I moved again, and his listening skills have downward spiraled. Like, it's insane. Like, I'd ask him to help with the dishes, and I'd be washing them, and all he had to do was put them away, which he used to do perfectly fine, no troubles. And some days he'd be like, yeah, no problem, I'll do it, and go and do it. And other days it would be like, hey, do the dishes. Hey, do the dishes. Hey, do the dishes. Like, literally every half an hour. And sometimes he would get so angry that he had to put the dishes away, even though we were doing stuff with it. Like, it's just difficult stuff. Very difficult. And when you can't really relate with somebody because they have special needs, it's even more difficult, because what do? Do you discipline them, or do you be understanding? And I've tried both approaches. I try to be more understanding, and I try to think, well, I don't know what's going through his head. I don't know how he's processing things. I don't know if this is just a teenager mentality phase, or I have no idea. But that's why I thought maybe a group home would be better, where he's with people that are able to take him outside and do things with him, and, you know, people that actually have the time to get him more social, interactive, and cognitive, challenging things. I don't know, guys. Like, I love my brother to death. Like, I love my family more than anything. And because my dad doesn't have time because he's working, and my sister's working, and I'm all the way over here, like, I just feel like we don't have time to do anything with my brother. And my brother can't do anything on his own, really. And if he has a chance to make friends and is able to go out and do things while he's in a group home, I just think that would be a better option. That's all. I'm just trying to look out for him and my family as much as I can from the long distance that I am at. Yeah. So anybody who has a special needs family member, I get it, completely understand. You know, you're not alone, and it's so difficult, and so many people don't understand, and so many people tease and make fun, and it's so difficult. Anyways, that's pretty much all I had to say. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment in the comment box below. I will answer or make another video addressing anything that I missed. Yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for watching my videos. Hope you enjoy them. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.